Okay, let's talk about the Smokey liner. You know that gorgeous, defined look you see everywhere? Well, if you've ever thought you needed a professional makeup artist in a whole hour to pull it off, think again. Today, we're going to show you how to nail a stunning Smokey liner in literally just 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know what you're probably thinking. A smoky eye in 5 minutes? It sounds almost impossible, right? I mean, this is the kind of look that usually takes a ton of time, a whole lot of blending, and maybe, a little bit of makeup artist magic.
But what if I told you the secret isn't a drawer full of products or some super complicated technique? The source we're diving into today breaks down a method that's so streamlined, it gets you that defined, beautiful look without any of the hassle. So, let's get right into it.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to go over the super simple toolkit. Then, we'll talk about prepping your canvas. That's key for making it last. After that, it's the main event, the step-by-step guide. We'll wrap up with a few optional finishing touches and then send you off to create your own version.
First things first, let's talk tools. And honestly, the best part about this look is that you really don't need a lot. It's all about using a few key products that do all the heavy lifting for you.
So the beauty here is just how flexible this all is. You need a gel or a pencil liner. Think brown, black, even a deep plum or navy. Then you'll want a deep eyeshadow in a similar color to set it. After that, just grab 2 matte shadows, one that's a little lighter than your skin for highlight, and one that's a bit darker for some contour. A blending brush and an angled brush, and that's it. You're ready to go.
Okay, so we've got our tools. Now let's talk about the foundation of any amazing eye look, the base. And trust me, this is not some pointless extra step. This is the secret weapon for a smooth application and making sure your masterpiece lasts all day.
And this definitely isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. You've got to customize it. As you can see, what you use depends on your lid type. If you have dry lids, a matte concealer works wonders. It gives the shadow something to really grab onto. If you're dealing with oily lids, an eyeshadow primer is your absolute best friend. It's going to stop those oils from breaking down your makeup. And for mature skin, the key is a light touch. A sheer layer of both primer and concealer, just pressed in with a damp sponge, gives you that staying power without looking heavy at all.
All right, our canvas is prepped and we are ready to roll. It is time for the main event, building that incredible 5-minute smoky liner.
Believe it or not, this entire look comes down to 4 simple moves. We're going to brighten, contour, line, and then set and smoke. That's really it. So let's break down each step.
Step 1, we want to create an instant lift. So take that matte shadow, the one that's a shade lighter than your skin, and just sweep it right underneath your brow. It's such a simple trick, but it immediately brightens up that whole area and gives your brow a sharper, more lifted appearance. Next, let's add a little dimension. Grab the shadow that's one shade darker than your skin, your regular contour or bronzer powder is perfect for this, and just sweep that into your crease. And here's a great tip from the source. Try doing this while your eyes are open. It really helps you find your natural crease perfectly every time.
And speaking of pro tips, check this out. The way you hold your brush makes a huge difference. By holding it in the middle of the handle, not way up close to the bristles, you get this really light, feathery touch. It allows for so much more movement and a softer blend, but you still have complete control. It's a game changer. Okay, now for the star of the show, the liner itself. With an angled brush and your liner, the secret is to work in small, connected sections. I like to start right in the middle of my lash line, work my way to the outer corner, and then go back and connect it to the inner corner.
And that's the absolute genius of this sectional approach. You can totally forget about the pressure of trying to draw one perfect, clean line all the way across. This method gives you total control and a much cleaner application, which is amazing, especially if your hands are a little shaky sometimes. And here we are at the final magic step. This is how we get that smoky effect. You take your coordinating deep eyeshadow and use a pressing or almost a stamping motion right over top of that liner. This does 2 incredible things at once. First, it locks that liner in place so it's not going anywhere. And second, it diffuses the edges, creating that gorgeous, soft, smoked-out finish. And just like that, the main look is completely done. But if you've got maybe an extra 60 seconds, there are a few little finishing touches that can really elevate the whole thing.
So for a little extra oomph, you can pop on a pair of natural-looking lashes. And to really make your eyes look wide awake, run a nude liner along your lower waterline. Then just take a tiny bit of whatever liner is left on your brush, smudge it right on the center of your lower lash line, and blend it out with your fingertip. It pulls the whole look together beautifully.
So, what is the deal with that nude liner trick? Why does it work so well? It's all about contrast. That light, bright color on your waterline creates this really sharp separation from the dark, smoky liner up top. And the result is that your eyes just instantly look bigger, brighter, and way more defined. So there you have it. 4 really simple steps, a couple of optional tricks, and you've got a complete, polished, and beautiful eye look.
Really, the big takeaway here is that a stunning smoky eye doesn't have to be some big, intimidating production. This is a super fast, super efficient way to get defined, open-looking eyes that works just as well for a day at the office as it does for a night out.
And you know the best part is that this technique is basically your playground now. You can stick with classic browns and blacks for a timeless vibe, or you could have fun with a deep navy, a rich emerald green, or a smoky plum. So the only question left is, now that you have this technique in your back pocket, what colors are you going to choose for your 5-minute smoky liner?